Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. Today we're going to make a really easy card, and we're going to use the Charming Channels. This is the Rambling Rose, and we'll use the matching stamps that go with it. We're going to create a 5x7 card base from the Lacey Nested Ovals, and we're going to put the whole lot together to make a really nice card. So for this card you're going to need some watercolour card and of course some watercolour paints. I'm going to use white card for my card base, and then I shall do the ovals in my card from two different shades of like a peachy orange and some speckled card that I've done with some of the paint that I used to do the roses. So let's get started with the die cutting. So for my card base I've taken the largest die from the pack and I have cut this twice. I'm going to fold one of them back by about 1/2 inch, so we'll just go along there. Then we'll add some glue to this and fasten these two together, open it out again, fasten these two together, and that will create your card base. Now with the next die down and some white card we're going to cut this panel, and that will sit on the top of your base. Now for the next layer you'll need to use these two together. This will just put the pattern in your card and this one will cut it out. So we're going to cut that out of the darker orange and that will layer there. And the next one down will cut your scallops layer in the paler orange. With the watercolour card and the rose stamp, I'm going to stamp this 3 or 4 times, ready to be watercoloured. So because I want to watercolour my flowers, I'm using a waterproof ink. I'm just going to stamp my flower down 4 times. And while I have the stamping platform out, I'm going to stamp the inside of my card with the verse. So we'll just place this into the stamping platform and secure it with the magnets, and we'll place this right in the centre, just along there, and I'll stamp it with the same ink. Now I would like that darker, so I'm going to double stamp it. And as long as you don't move the stamp and you don't move the card, you can pop those back into exactly the same place to give you a really nice impression. So for my watercolours I have some water, a dry cloth, a small paintbrush, and the colours that I'm using are these Viviva Colour sheets, and these are just a small pack with different colours inside them, and these are just pieces of card that are saturated in paint, and they will last you a really long time. So you've got all these colours there that are labelled. There's a little mixing piece at the back, but I'm going to use the red and the oranges. So we'll just wet our paintbrush just a little bit, take off some of the excess, and we'll use this red that's here. Now if I wanted to mix them, I could do them on this piece here. So we'll just put some down there with a little bit of water, and we'll just do one of the flowers. So we'll start in the centre, and we'll work our way around the flower. So I'm not going right to the end on the petals. Now once I've got a little bit of paint on there, clean the brush off and we'll pick up some of the orange and we'll add this here. And again we'll add just a little bit more water and then we'll mix this into the red to give a two-toned flower. We'll come back to this red and we'll come up here and that one would be in shade, so we'll do that one completely dark. And now we'll take up some of the orange again and we'll just add this into the red to give a nice blend. So that's it, just a quick watercolour with the flower, and then we'll move on to the greens and we'll do the leaves. So we'll start with the palest green first and we'll do all the leaves. And then once we've done that, we can go into the darker green and add our shadows. There we are. So now we can leave that to dry as we colour in the other flowers, and then once they're dry we can take the dye from the channel, which is the rose, and we can cut those out and then colour in any little bits that have been missed as we've cut them out. And there we will have our flowers all die cut and ready to use. Now with a piece of white card and any of the colour that you have left over, just wet it a lot and then just splatter it onto your white card. Now once you've done that and you're happy with the look, you're going to take another one of the oval dies and you're going to cut that oval out. So from the stamp set I want to stamp happy birthday wishes, and if you look they're on top of each other and I want my birthday wishes side by side. So what I'm going to do is move my paper up into the stamping platform a little bit and I'm going to put birthday wishes down there and I'm going to pick it up with the lid. Now before I stamp it I'm going to cover off the bottom part of wishes with some masking tape. So we'll cover that there. Now we'll stamp this down, and then before we stamp it down we'll remove the paper, and that will stamp birthday. So now we can move it along, just clean it off a little bit. we can move it along so that we have wishes alongside the birthday. And again, we're going to pick that up with the lid, and this time we're going to cover up birthday. And again, we'll add our ink, stamp wishes up this time, ink it up, remove the paper and stamp it down. And there you've got birthday wishes that you can trim out now to suit your card. So now let's put this card together with the layers that we want. So I'm going to use some foam tape for this, and I'm adding foam tape under all the layers. And that will just give a little bit more depth to the card and make it a little bit more interesting. So we'll put some under this one. I've already got a piece under the sentiment. So now let's add these to the card. So we'll take the backing off and we'll add this to the front, making sure that it lines up with the patterns that are in the base. We stamp the inside, don't forget, so that's neatly finished. And now we'll add this layer in. So that can go in the middle there. And we'll add this layer in. So that can sit in there. And that just gives a little bit of shadow around it so that you can see the layers. Now before we add this one in, we're going to place the roses onto the front of this oval so that they are stuck down like so. So we'll add this one in there, and we'll add that one there, and then the last one we'll put some foam onto the bottom of the flower and the leaves. Just little small foam pads that can sit along there. That will be raised up just a little bit. And that can stay there. Now across that sentiment, across the base, we'll add the sentiment, but we'll add this to the oval first. And that can sit along there, and this can go along the bottom there. So to tie in the green to the card, I'm using these little gemstones just to go around the edges, and that will just bring it all together into the colour scheme. And there we have a really pretty card ready to send to someone for their birthday. And if you did colour in a fourth flower, you can always add this to the inside of your card. So the items that I've used are the Lacey Nested Ovals, the Rambling Rose channel and the matching stamp set. This is the card that we created, and I think it's quite pretty for a birthday. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one. And why not subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a video. Click the notification bell and you'll always be notified when I upload a new video. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.